Did you ever think you were gonna make it here? You're at step 6, closing. You're about to officially become a homeowner. So congratulations, first of all. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about what to expect during the closing process and shortly after you close when it comes to your house and your mortgage. So one of the first things that I always get asked is what happens on the closing day? And really all that happens is you get the keys, because the actual closing for a buyer, document wise, has already happened. So when you go into escrow and you get towards the end of the process where you're almost going to close, the escrow company is going to ask you to fill out a bunch of paperwork. So you fill it out and you give it to them, maybe a week or, as little as 3 days before closing. You don't want to wait till the very end, but you want to give them all those documents as soon as possible. And then you sign your loan. Your loan documents are like 50 to 100 pages and you have to sign them in front of a notary. So that usually happens anywhere from 1 to 3 days before closing. So you sign the loan, those loan documents go to the escrow company, and the bank sends the money to the escrow company. The escrow company reconciles all the numbers, makes sure all the numbers are correct, that you've put in the right amount, the seller is going to get the right amount, blah, blah, blah. And then the escrow company distributes the money to everyone. So after you sign your loan, it takes about 2 to 3 days for all of those things to happen. So after you sign your loan, you're sitting there waiting for the closing day, which is a couple days away. And then all of a sudden you get an email saying, we closed. That's it. You're a homeowner and your realtor will go get the keys and hand them over to you. So there's actually nothing to sign on your closing day. So I know it's a little anticlimactic, but that's just kind of how it goes down. So have that champagne ready when you get that email that your house is officially recorded. Once it records with the county, that's when it's official and you are a homeowner. So what to expect after that point is typically your mortgage, your first mortgage payment, is going to be about 45 days after you close. Sometimes longer, sometimes a little bit shorter. So for example, if you closed in the middle of September, your first mortgage payment will not be October, it'll be November. So you don't have to make a payment for that month. So just keep that in mind. Usually your first payment is not the first of the month after you close, but the second month after you close. So again, if you close on, February 20th, your first payment's not gonna be March, it's gonna be April. Something that gets overlooked when you are about to close on your house because you're just so excited, and I understand it's very exciting. But one of the things that sometimes people forget is switching over your utilities. And what really sucks is moving into a house and you don't have internet, and you don't have power, you don't have water. So make sure to call the utility companies and say, hey, I'm gonna be moving into this house on this date, and I wanna make sure that the gas is on, the water is on, and it's in my name. So sometimes it takes the gas company a couple days to come out, turn it on, switch the account, whatever thingamajig they do, water, power, whatever. So if you close and you're like, oh my God, utilities, it might take a few days for your utilities to get turned on. And, don't get me started on the internet, people. Who knows? They might take a week for them to come give you internet. So what the hell are you going to do for that week with that internet? Crazy. So make sure to get your utilities in line. Make sure you call your internet company, gas, water, electric, cable, TV, whatever it may be, ahead of time. Get all that stuff set up so that when you do close, you walk in and everything works and you feel good. Okay, one of the last things that you want to keep in mind, that you want to do that's going to save you cash. So listen closely. Everyone wants to save cash. After you close, you will get a breakdown from the escrow company with your final closing costs. Okay. Now you want to keep this closing costs, your final closing cost breakdown, because a lot of your closing costs are tax deductible. Yes, tax deductible. So you give that to your accountant at the end of the year and say, hey, we closed on the house, we bought our house. You know, you're gonna have your regular deductions like mortgage interest, property tax, homeowners insurance, but also closing costs when you do a refinance or buy a house. So not just when you're buying, but also if you own a house and you're refinancing in a certain year, some of your closing costs are tax deductible. So hang on to your final closing costs breakdown so you could show your CPA and get them deductions. So we've reached the end of our journey, the 6 steps to buying a home. And I really hope that this video series was helpful to you. And if there's any questions, please, you can always leave a comment. You can send me an email, roger@vantagehomeloans.com. Find me on Instagram, Roger Mortgage Expert. Any questions that you guys may have in addition, you know, to these videos that we haven't covered, please feel free to leave a comment. Let us know. You know, my goal here is to make this process as easy and simple as possible. Give you guys the tools so that when you go into, you know, get pre-approved, when you're putting in an offer to buy a house, you're not like overwhelmed, right? Because the first time you do anything, it's going to be tough. But my goal is when you go, you know, to write an offer, when you go to get pre-approved, you ask the right question, you get the honest truth instead of just going in blindly. And that's the beauty of YouTube and the internet, that we can share this information with each other. So I'm happy to share this stuff with you, happy to, you know, be with you along this journey of the home buying process. We know how much wealth can be created through real estate, and with inflation, and you know, we're in 2020 right now in a pandemic. The government's printing money like crazy, which means the prices of everything is going to go up, from the milk that you buy to houses. So, and interest rates are at all-time lows. So there's not a better time in history to buy a house, because you're going to make a profit. Anyone that's invested in real estate and has held for 5, 10, 15 years, especially where we live in LA, Orange County, San Bernardino, anywhere in California, really, in these Riverside, you know, any of these areas, people are going to continue to flock here, and people are going to keep buying houses, and the prices are just going to keep going up. So an easy way to create wealth, not just with the value of your home going up, but with that same inflation, right? So think about if you keep renting. You're going to keep renting. One day down the road, what cost you $2,000 to rent is now going to cost you $4,000, right? And what better way to hedge against that than if you own a house on a 30-year fixed mortgage? If your mortgage payment's $2,000 a month, it's going to be $2,000 a month for 30 years. Your property taxes might go up a little bit, so it might go from $2,000 to $2,200. But would you rather be paying $2,200 in 30 years, or would you rather be paying $4,000? You know, so keep that in mind as well. So again, thank you guys so much, and good luck on your journey. Congratulations if you bought a house, and look forward to keep serving you guys. All right, take care. Bye.